Well, happy Wednesday, guys. I'm SpifftasticMe, and with me is ChildishRambino. First off, sir, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, Spiff. It's a pleasure to be here as always.
Absolutely. Today, for the Owlet, we have Ghost Peppers. They're going to be in the blue against WisdomOW. They're going to be in the red. And last time these teams faced off, it went very much in favor of WisdomOW. And what is their starting lineup looking like, Rambino?
Well, we've got Cyberspace and Vino, Yaxum, Lumbo, Nub, and Quab.
Now, Cyberspace definitely was the one to watch last time these teams went head-to-head because he was popping off on the range DPS and projectile, just bringing a lot of damage and a lot of heat over to the Ghost Peppers. Speaking of Ghost Peppers, we have over here on their starting lineup Commander Hui, Ghost Boast, Chaos, Thick Daddy, who is, I'm looking forward to seeing some Roadhog from him, hopefully, and also Nursey and that guy Tyler. First map that they're going to be going up against for control is going to be Lijiang Tower. Rambino, your thoughts on Lijiang?
Lijiang is an excellent map. We've got lots of different flank routes. We've got verticality options, and most of all, we have lots and lots of room to make big plays.
Now, again, last time Wisdom did go 4-0, so when it was a control point, last time was Busan, this time is Lijiang. I'm expecting to see similar matchups or similar compositions coming from both sides, but as we are going to be going into the map, do you feel like all the changes that have been happening, especially over the last few weeks with the bigger patch, with Baptiste being added, what do you think that's going to be doing? Hopefully we'll not see as many 3-3s. What do you think?
Well, Ghost is becoming weaker and weaker, but it is through subtle changes such as armor no longer gives damage mitigation through DOTs, that is damage over time. So the damage will be more consistent, therefore, in theory, people like Widowmaker will have more of an impact in their teams with their poison mines and such other things. Now, the big thing to point out here is Lucio has seen some nerfs, maybe some power shifting. We're going to see a lot more verticality, but in exchange, he's also got weaker heals in terms of AoE, but is stronger heal in terms of outright just healing. Now, Junkrat also did receive a big buff, but a slight nerf to his ultimate. It will be stronger in his damage output, but it will also take longer for him to put up that Riptire.
That's right. I believe his projectile's speed increased. Great. I love the fact, I don't know about you, Rambino, but I like it when they finally change up enough of what feels like it was getting a little stale, and now it's definitely picking up in terms of new thoughts or just a rearrange. What do you feel overall?
Well, I actually would agree with you there. There have been quite the eventful patches these last few weeks, and I'm excited. Baptiste will definitely shake up the meta, and we're going to see a more aggressive playstyle possibly from him with that new ultimate he's got, but also he's fantastic for turtling, holding objectives, and that worries me a little bit because we could definitely see some tweaking within the coming months.
Absolutely. So, guys, we are on the first map of Lijiang Tower. This is control points, and it's a best of first team to get 2 out of those 3 maps on Lijiang is going to take this first map in the series. But in your top left is going to be your blue, and again, that is your Ghost Peppers. On the top right, in your red, is going to be the WisdomOW team, and they're setting up. Right now we're looking at 3-3 over here on the side of Wisdom, but Ghost Pepper does look like Commander Hui is trying to maybe think about the Junkrat we just talked about. What do you feel is more effective, especially on this Lijiang point? Because I would love to see a Hammond play merry-go-round in the middle.
Now, we all know Goats is a bit of a safe pick still. However, if you want to risk it for the biscuit, so to speak, a 3-2-1, as we've got for Ghost Peppers, will definitely spice up anybody's life.
Coming into the first little engagement here, we do have Wisdom here on the low ground and Ghost Peppers up on the high ground. Just basically poke and get a bunch of ult charge. And if you look at the ult charge of Commander Hui, especially after he gets nubbed right in the face, he is well over halfway to his first tire. So despite having to do more damage to get more of that ult charge to get that ult, he's sitting pretty with it. He did get stunned and then charged into the back from Nambino, but Ghost Boast does answer back with a double kill. Quab, realizing that his team has already lost the fight, jumps off a short cliff.
We have a strong start coming out from Ghost Peppers, but remember, it isn't until you hit that sweet spot of 88% that you can really lock down the point. They can get punished. It is early in the map.
Now, looking at those ults, again, Wisdom actually not being as strong as we thought, because again, last time when they went up on a control map, it was mostly on the side of Wisdom. Firing their hole, coming around the backside, double kill, gets Yaxum and Nub, 2 prime targets for his tire. That's going to just signal the rest of his team to push forward, dominate this fight, and get even a better position for defense.
Now, the great counter about Ghosts is that they're not exactly very quick, and even though you do have a diva that can rush things, Reinhardt really isn't that fast, so he has to depend on the rest of his team to help him push in. Junkrat is just oppressive with those grenades.
We do have several things that they can do. Here's a Shatter comes out, finds 3 on the ground, looking for a follow-up counter. Shatter finds 2 more on the ground. Thick Daddy does fall down to Quad, though, looking to see, trying to capitalize on this pick that they do have. Pushing forward, Chaos falls as well. Quab's getting really close to getting out of mech, but they do just start to roll over onto the point, and it does look like, with a few small cleanup kills, getting those Lucio finally off the point, trying to get those last few percentage points, it is now going to go on the side of Wisdom after 70% even.
Now, we've got 3 ultimates online for both teams, but that Sound Barrier and that Riptire coming up very quickly for Ghost Peppers. So in this next coming team fight, we could see another wipe.
And they are coming forward. And I'm curious if they're going to open up with a tire. Here comes the tire. That was a great Anagrade pushing it back. Here comes the grab, trying to combo with the tire. Waited for the Zarya bubbles to fall down. Gets the triple kill. And that's going to signal them to push forward and retake this point. They do get 23, 24% going up, but they know that they have lost this fight after losing half their team to a beautiful combo of grab and the tire. And I can't say enough about Commander Hui waiting just that little bit, knowing that the bubbles are going to come out, for it to drop and then just destroy them.
We've got both rallies coming out here, but I would like to point out that triple kill brought to you by Quab.
That's how a diva feels, and they answered right back, killing the other half of the team with just the one big ult. If you want to include rally and grab as well, I suppose you can, but it is going to be enough for them to come back. It is 95%, so it is more or less the win condition for the Ghost Peppers if they can retake it, but right now we're ticking back up on the side of Wisdom.
Everything is in favor of Ghost Peppers, despite the fact that Wisdom has just taken it. They do have more ultimates, but do bear in mind, all they have to do is win one more team fight, and that is this round for Ghost Peppers.
Shatter comes down, finds 2 on the ground, looking for a fire strike follow-up. Invito triple kill on the ground, sweeping him up with his hammer, saying, "You shall not pass."
And that is what we call hammer time, Spiff, because that was smooth, it was solid, and most of all, it was seductive.
Indeed, and that was that and the Ana boost that was used for the defense. And it does look like they just have the sound barrier that they can use for maybe counteract a Shatter if Lucio doesn't get into it. But they are pushing forward, trying to basically build up their ult. They still have this fight and maybe one more afterwards. Here comes the tire. It does find Tree in the back again. Commander Hui, he does fall to Quab, but he's like, haha, it's all right. I killed half your team. Mercy is going to take out Yaxim, and Nerfness comes out on the side of Wisdom, trying to find some more. Invino and Quab do find their own. Chaos does kill them afterwards, and they are still holding strong, just keeping Diva barely off the point to allow them to cap it. Very well done. Shatter trying to keep them away from not allowed to get on there. Sound Barrier comes out to try and get some sustainability. Nursey does get Mini Diva down and swing the hammer. Do-si-do. Got Rally come out. Shatter again comes out. Not going to find anybody around that corner. Transcendence comes out from Ghost Peppers trying to sustain it, but there was an Ana Grenade. Now the healing comes back in. Chaos finds the charge onto cyberspace. And Vino does get a kill of his own. Reinhardt's 1-1, but Vino falls down to Ghost Boast, my friend. Rally just now ending. I love seeing the Hammond from Quab just playing Ring Around the Rosie. Grab comes out, stops Yaxim and Quab in their tracks. Is going to allow him to be sweeped up. Lucio ult just being used to sustain and solidify the 183 going in favor of Ghost Peppers on the first map.
Now, we did see a lot of solid plays there, but we should point out Commander, not once, but twice, got a lot of value out of those Riptires with a triple kill. Phenomenal. And I definitely think Ghost Peppers will be saying, "Wheel, you please give me more of that, Commander."
Absolutely. Let me spin right round here to the second of Lijiang Tower. Again, they need to get 2 out of these 3 ones. This map especially, I'm actually very curious because I was expecting to keep a Lucio, because this is a great environmental kill map here you can use on Lijiang Tower, coming around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. And they're actually deciding to go with the Farah Mercy on the side of Ghost Peppers, but still sticking with 3-3. Those is our Wisdom friends, and they're going to be trying to get this one so they can stay alive in the first map here against the Ghost Peppers. And they are moving around the outside again, going the long way around. And because of that speed boost, again, no Lucio on the side of Ghost Peppers means that the Wisdom is already there on the point. They can just sit here because they know that the Ghost Peppers have to come to them. Defense is going to be their strong suit. Even with the Farah in the air, Ghost Post is here up on the soldiers. Just switch right now. They're already getting the ticks. They're already going to get they get it right away. They tried to come in. It's not going to be enough. The engagement continues. Chaos does open it up by kicking down cyberspace. Yaxim does follow to Commander Hui. In fact, double kill for our lady in the air, getting in Vino as well. Quab does find Nursey, but it's not going to be enough because right now in control, right now on this control map is going to be a Wisdom.
I'm a little surprised that Soldier 76 has been picked here. I definitely don't have my qualms against him, but Junkrat was working so well, but it doesn't seem Commander's hampered by picking Farah with a Mercy. That Pharmacy is doing a fantastic job of keeping a nice, clean distance between both Wisdom and themselves.
And it was enough to actually turn it around at the end, allowing Ghost to get it. Shatter comes down, 3 are on the floor, trying to sweep him up with a hammer, finds 1 and 2, 3 from Chaos, the man with the hammer and the plan. With the Farah just up and top of the point, it's not going to be enough. You have to either look at the people in front of you or look straight up, as opposed to being able to see Farah in the background. It's just so much damage and still has the ult.
And what I'm seeing from here is that it looks like not just Commander is getting value out of what they're doing. That Reinhardt, big place, and that was without an Earth Shatter, mind you.
I know they are both there. The Sim Justice is raining from above. Grab is eaten from Quab. Well eaten. And is able to eat up most of Commander Huey's raining from above. That guy Tyler gets in Vino. And Commander Huey does get back. Sights are up. Lumbo double kill. Cyberspace is going to shut down Ghost for his visor. Gets 80 kills whatsoever. Wisdom is slowly, quickly, and going to finally get this win. Going to turn that point over. It does seem like Ghost Peppers do have that 64%, but we're ticking back up on the side of Wisdom.
They will be riding that momentum as well. 3 big ultimates here from the supports, and ready to go is that Graviton Surge from Lumbo. It could be very bad for Ghost Peppers if they push in too hastily.
Let's see if Chaos can pull another fantastic hammer kill. Lumbo is asleep, and Chaos is now asleep, looking for follow-up. We got... Oh, what a beautiful grab into an Ana Grenade, allowing Wisdom to just clean up the push that was coming from Ghost Peppers. And they did eat the Valkyrie from Nursey, and it was enough. It's just a great defense coming out here from Wisdom, slowly ticking up 53% and counting.
It looks like from this perspective, Ghost Peppers definitely has a better team fight, but Wisdom is just better at mopping things up before they become a problem.
Now, there is nothing really that could be done, as they're kind of turtling onto the point, trying to give less angles of attack for Commander Hui up in the air. Coming in, does find a great pick of Yaxim. That's going to be the signal for them to push in. Ghost Peppers looking to get the 6v5 win here on this engagement. Shatter comes down, does find Lumbo on the ground. The other Shatter comes out again, and Vino. Great one on the ground, but Commander Huey does kind of counteract that by getting a double kill of his or herself up in the air once again. Nursey actually going to get that guy Tyler back up. Chaos is here too, and it's enough for Ghost Peppers to turn it around. 89% is over on Wisdom, which means... What does that mean, Rambino?
Well, that sweet spot means just one more team fight, Spiff, and they take this map round.
They don't actually have much of anything in their arsenal right now to do that, because they're slowly ticking up to the win condition over on the side of Ghost Peppers. 82% and going. Sleep on Vino's going to be able to get his up and get his shield back. Chaos does win the Reinhardt battle of swinging hammers. That is going to be it. Ghost Peppers needs to hold this. We got the grab. Another grab is eaten. Quab, you crazy person. Able to just anticipate when that grab is coming out. Ghost Boat does get that kill from the visor, not nano visor, but it's going to be enough for Ghost Peppers. Ghost Peppers do take
phenomenal
Lijiang Tower.
Plays by the Peppers, and I tell you right now, that's a spicy win if I ever saw one.
What else is spicy, Rambino? This play of the game? What do you see?
You've got it. Today's play of the game brought to you by Envino as Reinhardt. What do we got here? Okay, Earthshatter online. He's ready to go. He's swinging left and right like it's going out of style. He's going to hit the pin. There's the Earthshatter. Big plays here. He's got the single, out with the double and triple, and the 4-man and the 5 and 6 for a team kill.
Oh, what a beautiful slam on the ground. Again, you shall not pass indeed. Basically, what we saw from both teams on that first map was more of, it was 3-3, except for the Junkrat. And I really feel that Junkrat, even though charged cyberspace on the Zarya so much, It was a great pick. There was the tires. Just the tires by themselves were enough to get Ghost Peppers to get that first control point. On that second one, they just were able to stop the advancement of Wisdom as coming from. This is exactly the opposite of what happened last time these teams matched up. I really feel that Ghost Peppers did some VOD reviews and kind of wisened up to what Wisdom was doing, or it could have been a map difference. But great round, both sides. Ghost Peppers up right now 1-0 against Wisdom. Rambino, who do you think really shone that last map?
Well, Ghost Peppers brought their A game. It is apparent. They are a force to be reckoned with, and this is just their first map, and already we've seen Commander both do well with Pharah and Junkrat. Now, the Soldier did shine, and I'm not going to say that there was anything that stood out right now. However, it's always exciting to see a Soldier because nobody really thinks Soldier in this meta is able to deliver enough damage fast enough, because we do have McCree with instant hit scanning abilities, and we also have the High Noon, which received numerous buffs in these past patches.
Especially again a 3/3 tanks build. Oh my goodness.
So, and although we haven't yet seen all of Wisdom's aces up their sleeves, I would like to think that their team fighting potential will become a lot more dangerous if we are going to Rialto.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to Quab eating some more grabs. Both 2 grabs eaten is not a easy feat of what to do, but it is enough to read that know and alt track, hey, they probably got grabbed. They're probably going to use it now, and I love seeing that it was eaten several times. They didn't seem that that they were able to really deal with the Pharah Mercy up in the air very effectively. Now, they did have Soldier, but he wasn't ever really in an angle of which to deal with it, and even Soldier by himself is not going to be enough to get a Pharah pocketed Mercy down. And actually, in those cases, I feel like he should actually really push on pressure the Mercy off of the Pharah first. What do you think?
I would just say that Wisdom was a little bit more stubborn than they should have been. We didn't really see any hit scanning, and though technically Anna does have a hit scan when she's scoped in, other than that, that team really just wanted to sit on goats and see where it got them. And unfortunately, it is not as effective as they'd liked it to be against a Pharah.
And it was a great job. And again, we're going to the second map soon, but they are doing a small little swap out. We got Ghost Boast stepping out for our man Jackson coming in for the Ghost Peppers. He is another DPS. Looking forward to seeing him. He went against Cyberspace pretty well in their last matchup. But the map coming up next is Rialto. Rialto, again, is your payload map. Of course, attackers stay in the payload, push the payload, get to the end, and swap sides and see if you can do it better and faster. Rialto is actually, it is one of the quote-unquote newer maps, and I actually like it a lot, especially because the aesthetic of it is beautiful. But again, I am a fan of environmental kills, and especially if the defenders decide to hold up really close, they'll be able to maybe knock them off the bridge, not allow them to get around that corner. And there's at least 3 choke points that the defenders can put up on that first attack. What do you like about Rialto?
Now, I love the aesthetic of the map as well. I find it frustrating personally coming out of that opening gate. It is easy to turtle, of course, with an Orisa, get a nice setup. However, it is also easy to punish. You can go right around to the right, you can flank, and you can make big plays off of that. However, that choke, as you're pushing through that first corner, it's actually a little harder than I would say Dorado, because at least with Dorado, you've got way more cover, and you can't die from environmental kills unless you try really hard.
Again, last time these teams went up against each other in a payload map, it did go to the side of Wisdom. And what they were able to do on Dorado is essentially they kind of went, when they went on attack, they went definitely with like a Rein Zarya or Rein Diva, surprisingly, but that was because there's high ground. There's not a lot. There's just the big main high ground that is on the defensive side. And if you're trying to think on which one has more high ground, Dorado or Rialto, I'm actually back and forth on it. I feel that Rialto actually has just as much. What do you think?
I believe Dorado has more, but that's only because the initial part of the map, there's tons of little nooks and crannies to get around. You can actually get really close to spawn without actually revealing yourself, which is great for Widows. But Rialto has lots of medium ground, as I would call it. You've got decent sight lines. Obviously you can run back and forth, you can adjust. It's also easy to flank on this map. You have a nice setup to the right. You can take the bridge and you can rush right on through and push them out if you'd like to, but it does take focus, because one big mistake here and it can cost you a lot of time.
What I'd love to hear you explain in the 15 seconds before this game actually starts is, why was I even worried about high ground? What makes high ground so much better than being on the low ground?
Well, Star Wars said it best: when it's over, Anakin, I have the high ground, and there's a reason for that. You can see everything from a tactical value as well as being able to push on in a tactful manner.
Well, there's the first kill, and it's a suicide from Jackson. Surprisingly, the Widow Mine does go off, so winning the ult percentage is Jackson as he's coming back from the Widow. But coming out on attack, the defenders don't start on that close-up corner. They actually give up 2 real corners. Hack comes out from the back trying to find a pocket. Guy Tyler is down, but Jackson comes back just in time to save his Ana as he does pick off from the back of the river. They are going to come and actually hold this corner now. But I hear on attackers, they are going very mobile and very divey. Hopefully maybe keeping Yaxim on that Zenyatta to be on the payload to push forward, but Chaos and Thick Daddy are not letting them get this corner. Now they are getting up on the high ground, and they are getting poked at pretty heavily, especially with Commander Hui up in the air being pocketed by Nursey. What do you right now? Oh, charge comes out, not going to find anyone. Is in a corner. That guy Tyler is in a great position to keep his Reinhardt alive. It always scares me when you see a Reinhardt charge and get around a corner or into a small pocket, because then he's got no heals and he's just going to be a really big fat target. Thick Daddy does get the mech of Quab, and as well as a large Wombat who gets pushed back. So it's going to be the attackers' first very long push. Got the first push straight away pretty easily, got around the corner, and that's where Ghost Pepper said, no, we're going to keep you there.
Now, in terms of team comps, we're seeing a little bit more traditional from both sides. We've got a 2-2-2 here. However, it looks like Wisdom just generally has less DPS, only because Sombra isn't really designed for head-on engagements. You're constantly doing recon, flanking, getting those hacks off. Shatter
comes out, is going to be comboed with that fantastic Justice. It does help clean up to 3, and it's going to be enough to stop this advancement. It took 3 ults. It did take the Ana boost, it did take the Shatter, and it did take the Barrage. And there's not really another offensive ult to really combo with the Grav here, except for Reinhardt's Hammer. So we're going to see what Wisdom can do as Cyberspace switches off and decides to go 1v1 against Jackson on the Widow.
The big theme here that we should focus on is value, because we've already seen Commander use Barrage effectively in just a few moments of the game.
And a great pick, knowing that Cyberspace was around that corner. Cyberspace not deciding to reposition, and the travel time of those rockets was enough to get the pick, and even causes Nub to get back and res the Widow. Now, there's a lot of pressure here on Cyberspace, because the Ghost Peppers do have 2 prime targets for him to take down. The enemy Widow and the Pharah Mercy up in the air. It's going to be essentially, I feel like they're going to be waiting for that pick, hopefully from the Widow, to let them initiate as they are pushing forward. They're getting around the first corner, the second corner though. Angry Monkey comes out from Wombat. Diva Bomb comes out looking for somebody. Does find 2. Got 2 very prime targets. That's going to be that guy Tyler, and Nursey falling down to the bomb from Quab. And Quab actually getting a triple kill, getting Commander Huey afterwards. And that's going to be enough, I believe, for Wisdom to finally get to this first point. And that's if the Chaos doesn't charge in. He charges in, gets bubbled. Jackson does fall to Lumbo. Grab comes out, does get Quab. Shattered comes in as well. Transcendence keeping them up. Fat Trans. Quab does get Nursey. Chaos is trying to swing. Justice double kill in the back, fighting both healers. It's going to be it's not enough, though, because Lumbo finishes them off, and they do capture point A.
Now, I am kind of curious if they will commit to Lumbo's Genji post Dragon Blade, only because it's a lot of floaty heroes you have here. You've got the mobility of Widowmaker, you've got a pharmacy. It really is going to be difficult to get a lot of value out of that Dragon Blade, especially without a setup.
What would you rather see Lumbo go to, especially when he has 2 dive tanks? It could, instead of just the Winston and the Diva diving, having that Genji, is it overkill, or do you feel like that DPS slot needs to give a different type of damage? As the Eugene No Karaoke comes out, I get that guy Tyler right away. Quab does get Jackson in the back as well. That's 2 down. It is right now in favor of Wisdom. Quab getting a double kill. Half of the team of Ghost Peppers is down. That's going to cause them to retreat and back up, allowing more cornerage. They might have 1 more contest.
The only thing I would yell at Wisdom right now is give us more hit scan, because it doesn't look like that pharmacy is going anywhere, and it is going to be increasingly difficult to get rid of if they don't get them down now.
They do get point B. That is plenty of time, and then Lumbo is going to be staying on that Genji. Quab does have a Diva Bomb. It's more or less around. Thick Daddy's going to find Lumbo trying to poke, and it's not going to be enough. The Rez gets bubbled, and he is going to get up. They are both at full strength once again. It's going to be up to Wiz. Shatter comes down, finds 3 on the floor. Lumbo does get up. Cyberspace is going to die. Quab gets the 1 kill on Nursey, but Nub falls to Chaos. That's both Mercies taken out of this fight right now. Commander Hui does find Yax and thus both healers down on the side of Wisdom. I think right now with no healers, it does look like Ghost Peppers are going to be able to hold this corner a little harder than you would think, but they are being more aggressive, and it does look like they're backing up Ghost Peppers, and they're going to give just a little bit. Thick Daddy is saying no. Monkey dives in to put some more pressure onto Thick Daddy. He's not there. It's very odd to see just the Zarya there with the backup of a Winston versus a Reinhardt. Grab comes out, getting tickled to death. Justice is raining from above. Yaxim is going to say, no, ma'am. Thick Daddy does take Quab out of the mech, though, but Quab was able to do a lot by eating a lot of the Justice raining from above. And it's going back and forth still. Chaos comes back, gets Lumbo, and it's a good hold on the side of Ghost Peppers.
We've got 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock here. We have the Transcendence and the Infrared, but that Dragon Blade is going to have a lot of problems trying to get kills, because now they even have a Tracer on board, and Commander himself is also a Genji now.
Thick Daddy is going to take down Large Wombat, and then it looks like the Chaos does jump in the background. Getting Yaxim really low is going to be able to finish him off thanks to Nursey. And that's 3 members down on the side of Wisdom. That means Ghost Peppers is going to hold this corner with Abandon, as they actually did it with just the Ana boost, enough to kind of scare them back, and it's going to be a reset on the side of Wisdom.
The ult economy is definitely in favor of Wisdom right now, and the best part about it all is that if they can win this next team fight, they could possibly guarantee at least getting within sneezing distance of the final checkpoint.
Change comes out. Large Wombat saying, Monkey's not working too well. I wish he had seen Jackson and Huey, though, because they're both on flankers that the Monkey's pretty good at dealing with. He changes onto the Reinhardt to help his team push forward. Eugene No Karaoke coming on from Lumbo, diving the background, gets 2 again! Nursey and that guy Tyler do fall down. Those are the healers, guys. Those are the healers for Ghost Peppers. That's going to mean they're going to have to back up as the payload's going to be coming around the final corner towards the end. They're going to have one more recontest, but that's if they can back up and not get staggered. They do get staggered thanks to Cyberspace with the Gunslinger as the rest of the team is pushing forward. Are they going to be able to recontest, looking for that push, looking for that group up? Great Ana Grenade doesn't get the grab, gets Chet's 3, Transcendence saves, Bomb comes out looking for 1, does find Jackson from around the corner, not able to get around the pillar in time. Eugene No Karaoke comes out from the side of Ghost Peppers. Quab does get Thick Daddy. There's 1 kill from Commander Hui. Does get Yaxim, and a double kill dash from Lumbo! Again, finding the numbers of both of the healers over there on Ghost Peppers. Cyberspace going to finish off Commander Huey, gets the kill from Deadeye. Yaxim finishes off Chaos, and that's a beautiful all the way to the end on the side of Wisdom.
Now, that was definitely an uphill battle. We can't lie about that. However, I will say Lumbo definitely has a higher level of experience just looking at the way he's playing Genji. You have to understand that Dragon Blade is a powerful ultimate, and given in the right hands, it can turn the tide of just about any team composition, mainly because a highly mobile damage dealer that is just slippery is a nightmare. And he was struggling. I can definitely see it. There was a grand struggle there. Even towards the end, the Swift Strikes were fantastic and excellent. So seeing that kind of value establishment from just your base abilities is definitely showing of somebody that favors a Genji.
It was a well done. They did finish with 22 seconds left. Now, that actually doesn't mean too much, especially if Ghost Peppers are able to get the full 3 points as well. They don't really get additional time unless they will get an additional 1 minute on the side of Wisdom if Ghost Peppers are able to kind of replicate, maybe even faster than Wisdom did by getting from the beginning to the end. But coming out from defense, why don't you give us what they are playing here on the side of Wisdom for defense here on Rialto?
Well, for the side of defense here, we've got Cyberspace on Hanzo, Wombat on the Reinhardt, Yaxim on the Zenyatta Lumbo, taking a Widowmaker, Nub on Lucio, and Quab on the Diva.
They're trying to decide, maybe switching it up, because I would have liked to see the double sniper. This is a great, if they were thinking of holding this very first position before it even comes around the first corner, double sniper works very, very well. But coming out from attack, Ryan Zarya, love to see it, and it's more or less the 2-2-2 you're used to. Now, the healers don't really have a lot that they can do to help each other. Usually, instead of the Zenyatta, you'd see something like a Lucio to try and boot people away from the Ana, keep her alive, move her around. But they got the payload. And payload again for the attackers does heal. So I mean, also interesting to see how Jackson and Commander Hugh are going to be doing on the DPS, raining death from afar versus doing the 3-3s that we were seeing from the team's last map. They're holding the corner very well here for Wisdom. They are going to be pushing forward, though. Great grenade. Just a dynamite comes out. Large Wombat is going to finish off Chaos. They've lost their linchpin. They've lost their big shield, and that's going to be the push from Wisdom to stop the advance of this time for Ghost Peppers.
Now, looking at the way these tanks are placed for Wisdom, they're doing a fantastic job of just keeping that healthy space so that the damage dealers can pick them off. Now, I don't see a lot of Hanzo on this map, but the sightlines are excellent and lots of intel to be given with that Sonic Arrow.
Letting them know where who is, especially when they need to know where the Zenyatta is when it happens. Lumbo does find a great pick onto Jackson. That's going to make them kind of wait for him to come back. So it's going to see more and more poke phase. No high ground, really. I'd like to see the Hanzo maybe poking from... Actually, never mind. I like where he is. Usually I see Hanzo's in the back, shooting from afar, but he is basically really using that Ryan shield. I thought the D.Va ate it. It didn't look like it, but that was actually that was the defense matrix from Quab, not from Ghost Pepper. So my mistake, but not able to find anyone. Does stop the advance that time. Charge comes out, is going to run over Large Wombat, but that guy Tyler's going to get that kill. Looks like Ghost Peppers did find the number of Wisdom's defense and was able to crack that code as they are pushed back all the way. It does look like they're going to set up for one more defense. Shatter finds two on the bridge. Is there going to be a follow-up? Is not going to be enough, but Nursey does find the kill on the back. That guy Tyler as well. The healers on the side of Ghost Peppers are saying, we can damage too. Double kill for Nursey. Finding Lumbo, who had flanked in the back. Quab is up on top, delaying this payload just a little bit. Going to be hit out of the mech. Going to be destroyed. It is going to be 1 point. Ghost Peppers, let's keep going.
Now, Bob is online, and this is the first time we see an Ashe on this map and in the game. A little excited to see how that Bob is going to play a part in the way they take their next point, simply because you have a halfway between Widowmaker and a McCree almost with this Ashe player. Simply because the flexibility that you have in Ashe is fantastic for getting new sight lines, and because of the sniper aspect, it makes adjusting fantastically easy.
It's a good job over here on the side of Commander Hui, who was able to kind of avenge and kill off Lumbo from the high ground. No, he is back with the rest of his team now, and a little farther back. On defense, it doesn't look they do have plenty of support ults. It's going to be it's Large Wombat does fall to Jackson. Bob comes in. Grab is going to be eaten by Quab. Quab, that's 3, sir. That is 3 you've eaten this matchup so far. Commander Huey does get cyberspace, and Lumbo does find Jackson with his dragon. Double kill from Lumbo. Finally getting Commander. Triple kill. The Arrow Man himself is going to be finally taken down by Thick Daddy with a punch to the face, but not before taking down 3 with him. And that's going to be a pushback and a hold again on the side of Wisdom.
And just like that, we're seeing just the fantastic kind of gameplay that we would expect here at this level of knowledge and just outright skill.
And they're doing it well done. There's no real... I'm curious why Wisdom's not going with the Zarya, but I can't really fault Quab because eating several ults that matter. Shatter as he's coming in. 2 are on the ground, being healed up by that Transcendence is not going to be enough damage to take him down. Counter Shatter finds cyberspace in front of Ryan's shield, falls down. It's going to be taken down by that guy Tyler. We have an Ana boost coming out, trying to do... Got Dragon as well on the point, pushing them back. Chaos finds Jackson in the back. Lumbo does find Jackson. Hanzo, Commander Hui just tracking down Quab in the mini form to make sure that he goes down. 2 points in 3 minutes 40 on the side of Ghost Peppers.
We are seeing a swap onto Widowmaker and now a Tracer. So we're going to see how that plays a part in their next push here. Dragon Strike's online and nothing to follow up with, which means it probably will be saved until they are at least straight looking at the last checkpoint.
They were doing some poking and trying to hold up very close. Dragon Strike goes right on the point. Not going to really do much except maybe split the team of Ghost Peppers as the advancement of Wisdom does come. Great Ana Grenade does kind of stop their progress here, but they are around the corner and they are getting Ghost Peppers on their back foot. The stun is going to let Nub get a double kill onto Chaos and Nursey. Lumbo showing Commander Huey who has the better arrow in cyberspace finding Thick Daddy. It's going to be another hold from Wisdom.
The absolute tank fortress that you've got on this team comp here. You've got the Brigitte, you've got the Reinhardt, you have Yaxum in the back line, just really trying to get some picks off with Lumbo, the sniper of the team, doing a fantastic job of just keeping that space where it should be.
Good ult building from both Hanzos, basically putting in a lot of damage into the shields and a lot of the backline, putting the pressure on where it needs to be. Cyberspace comes around the corner in the middle of them, and that guy Kyler's just like, why are you here? Get away! Gets a double kill onto Wombat. Shatter was trying to come out from Wombat. It was used, but it did not land. That's one ult that went down the drain. Lumbo getting his own double kill before Thick Daddy takes him down. Quab does find Chaos, and it does look like they're going to keep pushing. They did. They got several more meters, and every little meter counts, but the reinforcements come from Wisdom, and it's another reset on the side of Ghost Pepper.
I expect now that the regroup is going to be set up here, we have 5 ultimates online for Ghost Peppers. It is exciting to see what will happen if Wisdom oversteps their bounds.
What I can imagine happening right now in Ghost Pepper's comms is we can do the grab dragon. Nursey, I need you to land the biggest grenade of your life. Otherwise, Yaxum's going to get... Here comes a dragon coming out from the side. Does not go directly where the grab was. One lost on either side. That guy Tyler falls to the better Zenyatta of Yaxum, and then we got the kill over from Commander Hui. Grab comes out. Transcendence looking for the grenade. Gets the grenade! There's a double kill! Cyberspace and Nub are not able to get healed. Quab falls as well. Lumbo does take Commander Hui, but that's going to be all she wrote as they're trying to hold him back. Not going to be in time. Great last ult usage on the side of Ghost Peppers. 3-3. Let's rotate and do it again.
And that is what I would call poetry in motion, Spiff. That was beautiful, flawless execution, and most of all, it was beautiful to watch.
Really was. Again, guys, if you're a little confused, Grab Dragon is something crazy, because Dragon Strike is a lot of damage, but you can usually just move out of the way. With the Grab, you are stuck, you are there, but Transcendence is a fantastic counter to it. It out-heals the damage of Dragon Strike, and that's why I was saying, can we get an Anna Grenade? And you know what we saw? We saw the Anna Grenade. It hit the Transcendence healing people, and they just fell like rocks. It was beautiful to behold. It was basically all their ults that they could use. That's all they were getting, that win condition. The win condition is hit Q in the proper order at the proper time in the proper place, and that was enough, because they've got double the time of Wisdom. And it does look like they're becoming again. It is first. It is Ghost Pepper's going to be on the defense again. Only 1 minute. What do you expect Wisdom to do? I would like to see just try and roll them over, because just going slow and steady, especially around this corner, wasn't working as well for either team.
I see the Moira, and I'm thinking they're probably going to try and do a flanking in some shape, way, or form, because as long as Sombra can get a hack off on one of these shield tanks, it's going to prove to be an effective way to push back Ghost Peppers and get as much mileage as they can within that minute.
Ghost Pepper's going with the double sniper in the back, and it is triple tank on the attacker side. Being beefy, using Lucio and Yaxum on the Moira to try and be some more sustained. Cyberspace even switching off, going on to the Brigitte. That's going to be a lot of damage that Jackson and Commander Hui are just going to be able to shoot into as they're coming down this narrow passageway. Chaos is just swinging his hammer, getting decent amount of ult charge. Wombat's just ahead by just a hair. Only 30 seconds. They need to figure out what they do. Well, they can either do a flank or they can just push forward, trying to make that space. Zarya Bubble goes out. Chaos getting really low is going to be able to survive. Jackson takes down Wombat, who's trying to finish off Chaos because he got so very, very low. 13 seconds left. There's going to be possibly somebody just here to touch, maybe around the side. Jackson looking around from the flank, trying to get a pick. There's no real mobility. It's going to have to be Quab who gets on the payload. And 2-1 does touch it, tries to back up, does get some cover to allow. Dragon Strike comes through. It does find cyberspace as he was in the path of the Dragon Strike. Not able to see exactly where it came from. Double kill. Commander Huey finds Nub. 2 of the 3 healers are down on the side of Wisdom. Pushing forward, you got the Ana boost. Shatter comes down, finds 2 on the ground. They're going to start sweeping them up. There's the grab coming out. There's no one there, really. And there's Lumbo coming forward, deciding to right-click himself. Not as far as they would have liked, but that's going to be as far as Wisdom gets. Let's see what Ghost Pepper can.
Now, they've done their homework. It's apparent. It was almost like the entire time they were just walking around Wisdom. They weren't even directly playing against them. And here's why. That last play was just a standard definition of We've done our research. We know what you're going to probably do at this point, and we're going to act upon it in a very effective and smooth manner, which is exactly what they did.
And it was a well-executed, good hold. It looks like we need to see more than 44.92 meters coming out from Ghost Peppers as they're going to be coming on attack from defense on the side of Wisdom. What are we looking at, Rambino?
Well, from the defensive side, we have the following. We've got a Cyberspace on Hanzo, Large Wombat on Reinhardt, Yaxim on Anna. Lumbo has yet to pick, but Nub has Lucio and Quab has Zarya. They really have not strayed too far in their team comps. They've not taken a lot of risks, but we're seeing a lot of variety on Ghost Peppers. We've seen Commander play Pharah. We've seen him play Genji. We've even seen him play just
The
about
Rat.
The Rat.
And Lumbo is going on to the Genji again. I don't believe last time he was on the Genji, he actually had Yaxim on the Ana, so he's now going to have the Ana boosted blade if it comes to that. Now, there is just under 2 minutes. That is enough time on either side to get an ult to use, but Fair Mercy up in the air, trying to use just B up, poke, get them away from that very, very important corner, which is essentially where they need to get it. They're coming around the first corner. Jackson finds Large Wombat. That's a great pick. Are they going to be able to get him back up? Commander Huey finds Cyberspace. It's Quad falls as well. That's going to be enough for, I believe, where it's going to be cleaning up. Ghost Peppers looking to get Lumbo. Great Ana grenade, though. It's not going to be enough. Ghost Peppers are going to take Rialto and start this series off right now 2-0 against Wisdom.
I have a lot of questions, but I will say this. Ghost Peppers, they're on their way up. I can tell you right now. They're doing a great job.
Can you also tell us of this beautiful play of the game from Quab?
Absolutely. Today's play of the game, obviously, as Spiff said, brought to you by Quab. Here we go. Self-destruct online. You see the Winston using Primal Rage. There's self-destruct. How about one? How about, count it,
Ooh.
2 kills from that self-destruct. Great job here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it up. We're right into this.
What a beautiful flick. Just not even trying to. You've seen there's a lot of tech in having to do how you would send a diva bomb. You can do the I'm running away. No, I'm not, and throw it right back behind you. You could do straight up, straight forward, and straight up. He was just like, go that way, and it was enough because where the healers were positioned, there was not enough time to get around the cover they needed. If they needed to get cover closer, they would have had to run towards the enemies, and there's no real angles they could have got behind on it back where the first point is, so they got the double kill. Great job. Ghost Peppers again leading this fantastic matchup between them and Wisdom 2-0. And again, complete opposite of what we saw last time 2 weeks ago when they were fighting and going back and forth. And Commander Huey, I love seeing the pop-offs, what we're seeing over there, and Cyberspace definitely finding the picks as well. Both of these teams have very skilled players on either side. Are you maybe expecting, possibly, a reverse sweep from Wisdom?
I'd really like to see that, but I want to see that Wisdom is not as stubborn, simply because they don't seem to think that their strategy needs to change too much to fight back, and it's clearly not the case because Ghost Peppers is far more flexible right now, and they have shown that in both their DPS plays as well as their support plays.
And again, guys, great matches so far. Looking forward to 2 more. They're going to switch sides. Wisdom's going to be in the blue going forward. Ghost Peppers are going to be in the red. But for right now, we're going to take a little halftime break. Give us 4 or 5 minutes, stretch, get some water, get our excitement, like relax just a little bit as we get more Overwatch to you right after this. Oh, guys, welcome back. Thanks for waiting for us on that halftime. Right now we do have Ghost Peppers in the lead against Wisdom, and again, last time that was the other opposite. And speaking of opposite, they switched colors. Top left in your blue this time on Hanamura, your 2 control point map is going to be Wisdom. Top right in your red this time is going to be Ghost Peppers. On defense first, it's as they're reassembling the heroes, actually getting it ready. It's going to be they switched anyway. They switched, and I don't see who's on defense first. But Hanamura, last time, both teams kind of rolled over each other, and I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen again, because with 2 control point maps, to me, I don't know about you, Rambino, but to me, they feel like there should be maybe a little bit more room in between point A and B, because snowballing just happens so easily for the attackers. Once they really get point A, they can just roll straight on to point B, and the defenders don't even have time to set in their heals.
Now, you do have a great point there, Spiff, but I'm going to tell you this. Hanamura is just such a weird map because it's got a choke that it just feels almost impossible to break because it's unconventionally narrow. Now, we do have the top left, and you've got more mobile heroes that can take advantage of that, but more often than not, you just sit a good minute waiting at that choke point, hoping somebody slips up, maybe if somebody does a sudden push, but it's just one of those frustrating things about Overwatch that I would say this. If Hanamura had just, that 2 gates open, could you imagine how much different this choke would be?
Oh, it'd be a little more reminiscent of Anubis, which is why I like Anubis slightly better. But if you're talking about small chokes, we're not on Paris. Ha-ha! Anyway, on defense first, we have in the top left again, Wisdom. What do we have, Rambino?
Well, for Wisdom, we've got Cyberspace on Brigitte, Envino on Winston, Yaxim on Zenyatta, Lumbo on McCree, Nub on Lucio, and Quab on the Diva.
Coming out from attack, looks more like a more conventional 2-2-2. Got Hanzo and Ash going to be on attackers. When Monkey dives in the back, Nub does find Commander Huey before he's able to really pop off, which is what he's usually been doing. Now, they did move the fight to the point. They are at a disadvantage, though. Ghost Peppers does even it up by getting Envino down thanks to Jackson. They are fighting back and forth. Look, they're poking. They're giving that first tick up. It is an even fight. They could push in, but they don't have the linchpin that they need because Envino was taken out. As opposed to Chaos being alive for Ghost Peppers. He does find the kill onto Quab after Jackson demeched him. Double kill from Chaos with that hammer. And it's going to look like that's all she wrote. It looks like Ghost Peppers takes point A first attack over 7 minutes. Let's go to point B.
Now, if they can't punish that Ana sitting in the back line, it's going to be a very hard battle to fight, especially because you've got the nano boost ready for that push. It's going to be a very quick round if that happens.
Speaking of steamrolling, they were able to use that Lucio boost to just get right to the point, make them come to us. There's the Ana boost onto Chaos. Shatter does find one on the ground. It's going to be enough for Thick Daddy to back him up. He does get the Transcendence off, but it wasn't in time to save Cyberspace. Thick Daddy does fall. Grab comes out from over Ghost Peppers. Look, going to be comboed with the Dragon Strike. Not even needed, but does find Nub as he was trying to come out from the back. That's 1 tick. Looking for 2. They're going to be stopping the charge. Stops Brigitte from coming back. Quab not even able to get in there. That's a steamroll. First attack coming out from Ghost Peppers against Wisdom, but I'm not surprised because that's what happened last time.
That was scary, Spiff, and I have seen 7-minute banked time before, but
6 minutes 28. That is 4 seconds less than the last time. So what really went right on that attack?
Well, they didn't get punished. That is basically what it boils down to. They allowed the Ana to set up in the back, was able to heal the Reinhardt, no problem, and they gave up the point a little too fast. Now, that isn't a bad thing sometimes. If you want to save on ult economy, you don't want to feed, but it's almost like they got slapped on the hand. They said, okay, we can't take this.
And that's just, I guess, what happened. But we are going to be switching sides, seeing what Wisdom can do on attack. And again, I'm referencing the last game they played against each other on this very map. Only 4 seconds difference on the attack that Ghost Peppers just did. When Wisdom went on attack, similar thing happened. They got 6 minutes 22, so not quite as much. But I'm not going to be surprised if I see another steamroll coming out from the attackers. Usually, in my experience, Hanamura has a better defensive positioning here, but once it's broken through from the attackers, there's almost nowhere for them to hide. What would you say?
I would agree. There's definitely a lot of flanking routes. You can take advantage of the corners. Ideally, the push, no matter what you choose, is always going to be a little difficult, mainly because to get to cover that is safe enough it is such a long period of time. It makes it easy to counter just about any push as long as you've got the intel for it.
I like this little setup they got on the defense. They have both the attackers kind of back on the corner. They have both healers back there to kind of defend themselves. Great Dynamite comes out. They're basically poking. They need to realize that there's only the 2 tanks here in the front. We have Nursey coming forward just a little bit. Nub's going to be the first one to fall to the Commander Hui's bombs just raining from above. Chaos even getting that charge kill onto Invino. And that's going to be enough for... It's not a first fight rollover because it looks like Ghost Peppers were able to hold back Wisdom's first push.
And that being said, 3 minutes 20 seconds on the clock, and the first push has been denied, as you said, Spiff. The Earthshatter online, ready to go. We've got Bob coming and the Riptire. And for the next team fight, we've got the Graviton, the Nano Boost, and the Transcendence. It's shaping up to be an excellent hold.
3-3, again, sticking with Wisdom, going to be backed up by Coalescence. Bob gets run in, Shatter gets Lumbo on the ground. Lijiang does find the kill onto Chaos with that Coalescence. And Commander Huey falls as well. Thick Daddy trying to even it up right now, but it's still in favor of Wisdom. They are up 5-4 as Cyberspace does fall. Fight moving kind of to the point. Yaxum does get in a trap. A great eating of from the defense matrix, keep him alive until Zarya turned around and got a kill. Grab comes out, Diva Bomb comes out, not going to be able to follow up from either of those. They are there. It's mostly going to be Wisdom, and round 2 here on the first point is going to be enough for Wisdom to take it.
The only reason I'm going to say that this is okay in terms of giving up that point is that it's 2 minutes 22 seconds. They'll get some more time, obviously, but at the very least, they can take confidence in knowing that if they take it to the next round, they're going to have more time.
They will. In fact, they've already dropped below the time that the Ghost Peppers had on their attack. No real changes coming out from the defense. They're going to be sticking to that high ground, definitely, because Junkrat has so much power and spammability if they decide to go the high ground, which they're not. They're actually going down the middle, firing their hole, going to be coming down, doing a little zigzag, trying to find somebody in the back. The Lucio ult from Nub does keep him alive, but Invino does fall down to Jackson. They are there. We're not able to get a tick necessarily. Nursey healing from above, not getting any pressure whatsoever. And it's going to be Cyberspace that's going to be here left on the point. Does get a kill on the Commander Hui, but not before he's taken down. Cleanup happens. Ghost Peppers hold strong.
The pressure is on right now. They are going to try and eat up as much time as possible if they lose the hold. They already have it in their favor. This is a given. However, they lack verticality, and that is not good when you're trying to take a point and you've got lots of flexibility. You've got the Ash, you've got the Junkrat. They can readily reposition and make those tanks irrelevant.
I would love to see them push and go onto the high ground, take them off the high ground, even just to make them use cooldowns, but they're not. They're going straight down the middle. We're just going to have more and more damage raining from above them. Rally used to push him forward. Coalescence as well. Moving on to the point. Shatter does get Chaos on the ground. Fire Strike does not fall thanks to a beautiful Transcendence. Quab with another eating up the Graviton Surge. Well done. There comes out the grab from Wisdom. Chaos is stuck in there with that guy Tyler looking for a pick. Not going to be enough. Does not able to combo properly with the Diva Bomb. It does kind of stop them from getting on the point, though. And right now it does look like there's only one left. Just Quab is here. It is just Quab. Ghost Peppers are going to be able to clean up one more time. And look at their ult economy. They're just sitting pretty.
It's smooth. It's effective. They've definitely done a lot of homework, Spiff, and it shows. Now, we are seeing a couple swaps. We're seeing an Ana, we're seeing a Widowmaker, and a Genji. So now they're trying to go for the get in their face approach, which may pay off, but they still have 4 minutes. We'll have to see.
They're probably using we have a lot of ults. This could definitely work, and it definitely could have before we do the switch, which I can agree with. But right now, they're still going down the middle. Almost the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again. It's not going to be enough. Lumbo does go up on the high ground, trying to put some pressure. Monkey jumps and falls in the moat, more or less, around the corner. Junkrat Tire coming around looking for some picks in the back is not going to be a great timed Lucio ult again from Nub, negating that tire damage. But Jackson does take down Invino, and that's going to be enough for them to back up one more time as Wisdom is going to say, okay, what do we need to do different? And Rambino, what do they need to do different?
Stop being so stubborn, I guess, is the theme tonight, is that as long as they can be a little bit more flexible in what they're doing, it will probably pay off.
Oh, then that does look like they were trying to go in the high ground, which I'm fine with, but they're going to be going right down the middle again, letting the high ground just be there. Winston does fall down into the moat again. Great pick from Cyberspace. Able to get Commander Huey. Hui, my good sir. That is one down on the side of Ghost Peppers. It is 6v5 in favor of Wisdom. Jackson getting really low. He's going to be taken out. Lumbo is down. Shatter does get Yaxum on the ground as he swung up. That is right now 5v4 in favor of Wisdom. Chaos is going to be nano boosted. Quab does get on here, uses nerf this, trying to basically push him off their point. Chaos is going to be able to survive as well as Thick Daddy gets charged with that Zarya. Invino does finish him off though. He does fall to Commander Hui. He has switch up onto the Reaper before Quab was able to get him. Transcendence comes out trying to stall this point. Didn't even get a tick. Lumbo is in the back. Can be finished off. It looks so good. It looked like it was going in the favor of Wisdom, but somehow, some way, Ghost Peppers were able to hold. Their ult's not really there anymore though.
Now, I was getting excited. I did see a Doomfist swap, and I did see a swap onto Winston. I was going to be just a little too antsy to say, they've got 3 DPS. Do they really need that much stopping power for a team that's a little spread out too thin here? I don't know if I can justify the Reaper pick.
Now they are trying again, coming forward. The Nano Blade is online, looking for where they can go. That guy Tyler gets Invino on this push. Here comes out the Nano Blade, gets a great grade on top of him, making sure he can't heal, but does find that guy Tyler and Commander Hui before falling down to Chaos. Quab does get Thick Daddy, and Cyberspace falls down to the Lady Sniper of Ashes. He gets a double kill, finding Yaxum as well. Ghost Peppers still look like they're holding very strong. They are respawning. The respawns are coming in. The Reapers here. We got the Zenyatta as well. Using the Lucio ult and more sustainability to keep him here. Hoping to get at least one tick. They only have 1:30 left. Quab is hit out of the mech. Nub is taken down by the Reaper of Commander Hui. And that, again, Ghost Peppers holding strong. And again, no ults online yet.
And that is pretty frightening to think that you're already down to 1:15. They need to conserve every last ultimate because these last pushes will count, and they will be painful if they are punished.
Angry Monkey comes out. He's getting melted, though, and he's going to have to back up. Cyberspace does get a double kill onto Jackson and Commander Hui. This can be what Wisdom need. Nerf this coming around just around the corner. Does find Nursey around the corner. Chaos does get Quabo, who's still out of mech. Cyberspace, though, getting the picks again. That guy Tyler's taken down. Thick Daddy is anti-grenaded, taken out of mech. Winston is trying to survive. Bob is on the point. Chaos does take down Yaxum, and Vino does take down Jackson. It is looking again, it was going in the favor of Wisdom so well, but in comes the respawns, in comes the quality picks from Ghost Peppers, and now Wisdom only has one more shot.
And that shot will have no ultimates, unfortunately. They'll be lucky if they get the nano boost at best, but they will be running into that essentially with no utility.
And they'll be running into a Commander Hui who is ready to make them die, because that's what's online. I'm curious to see if that's... Would you Ana boost the Reaper or the Monkey as he dives in? Lumbo does take down Jackson.
A good Ana will be able to decide when and where she decides to use that nano boost, so it all depends on what they do.
Now, they did start, is in favor right now of Wisdom. They are up 6-4. Die comes out, getting eaten, is going to find 2 anyway. Axeman and Vito fall down to the Reaper. They are slowly trying to take up, but here comes Ghost Peppers. Eugene No Karaoke does come out from Lumbo, does get 1 kill. Nub falls to Jackson. Commander Huey does take down Mini Diva of Quab, and Lumbo is trying to get it back, but it's going to be, once again, Ghost Peppers holding strong, taking the series, taking these final rounds to themselves. 3-0 against the Wisdom.
Absolutely stupendous, Spiff. And let's go take it to play of the game, brought to you by Thick Daddy as Zarya. And what do we got here? Graviton not online, but that's all right. High charge already. Going to be going for the shield here. How many kills can you get? That's a single. How about double your money right then and there? And can you get the 3-man? Yes, you can. Well done.
Well done indeed.
It was Will Smith.
It was
hot.
Absolutely beautiful. We thought we'd see a repeat of what happened last time, but I'm going to have to agree with Rambino 100%. Ghost Peppers came back to this matchup. Homework done. A+, checked it off the list, knew what happened last time, fixed it, and made it work this time. They didn't get swept. It was going to be Wisdom that got swept, and it was great to watch.
And that being said, Spiff, it is a pleasure, as always, to see 2 competitive teams in the heat of battle.
Indeed, and we're going to see who they are going to go up against. That right now, their opponents in the future is yet to be decided. Is Yes or... who is it? Furious. Yes and Furious are fighting actually right now, so if you guys are wondering more Overwatch to do, go ahead and go to the Owlet Twitch, but not before I give a thanks to our good friend Direboyd for being the production man himself. I really appreciate it, sir. If you're wondering who did all the cool slides, did the transitions, what you were watching, it was him. Give him a high five on the Owlet. But I also wanted to say, Rambino, thank you. It's so great to cast with you here in the semifinals. For Rambino, where can people find your sexy self?
Well, Spiff, you can find me at twitch.tv/ChildishRambino.
Well, that's all I needed to know. And guys, I have been SpifftasticMe. You can find me on Twitch at SpifftasticMe. I stream about 6 days a week, so come hang out in the evenings, and I'd love to see you there. Rambino, before we go, as I try and do several times when we're doing Overwatch, who are some people that really stuck out to you? And we'll end it with MVPs.
I want to give it to Commander.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. The value was apparent in each DPS he played. And that is not an easy thing to do. A lot of practice went in, lots of hours. I guarantee it. And the best part about it all is that when you see it, it's clean, it's concise, and most of all, it's beautiful.
And it was very well played. I'm going to give my player of the game, my MVP. I was surprised you didn't really necessarily go with your Reinhardt or picking Zarya, but Quab, great off tank, eating several gravitons, putting a lot of pressure, taking people off the high ground. Well done on that diva. And guys, with that is going to do it for me here. That's going to do it for Rambino. I hope to see you here next time for some more great Overwatch of the Owlet. Until then, stay spiffy, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.